boy band. Blah, we'll never notice you.
Nope, I don't speak girl.
No, Roderick, don't do it. She'll betray you again.
Timmy, sir, are you watching one of those dumb, girly soap operas?
Hey, there's plenty of action on this show.
We'll be back with more of the Kissy Kissy Goo Goo Romance Hour right after this!
What? I like the writing.
Did you know blue used to be considered a girl's color and pink used to be a boy's color, at least in Western society? It's true, and it was true until relatively recently. In an article in the June 1918 edition of the Earnshaw's Infants Department periodical, it reads, "The generally accepted rule is pink for the boys and blue for the girls. The reason is that pink, being a more decided and stronger color, is more suitable for the boy, while blue, which is more delicate and dainty, is prettier for the girl." The cultural switchover is believed to have happened sometime around the 1940s, meaning that pink equals girl and blue equals boy, as seen in infant departments, gender reveal parties, and Power Ranger teams, is less than a century old. James Earl Jones is older than the idea that girls wear pink. Because it turns out the cultural signifiers of gender are all just stuff we made up. Boys are into sports and girls are into fashion. We made it up. Boys are into Hot Wheels and girls are into Barbie. We made it up. Boys make the money and girls maintain the home. We made it up. You might say that gender is having a bit of a moment right now, with a lot of right-wing reactionaries concerned about the degradation of masculinity, the cultural feminization of men, but that's all bullshit. It's not even really a new discussion. Let's take a look at a 22-year-old episode of the Fairly Oddparents that talks about how gender is a social construct and gender identity can take on many permutations. Oh my god, Fairly Oddparents has gone woke.
Think like a girl. Think like a girl. Think like a... Ooh! The comic book store. Do I still like comics? Muscular guys in spandex fighting crime. Cool!
Originally airing on June 7th, 2002, Fowl Ball / The Boy Who Would Be Queen is the 7th episode of the Fairly Oddparents' second season, the 13th episode overall. Both segments were written by show creator Butch Hartman and his frequent collaborator Steve Marmol, with Hartman also co-directing both segments, Fowl Ball's co-director being John Fountain, and Boy Who Would Be Queen's co-director being Sarah Frost. Let's knock out Fowl Ball real quick. It's a solid cartoon, it's got some good jokes, but let's be real, it's not the main event here. Timmy's friend Chester sucks at Little League Baseball and keeps losing them the game. So Timmy wishes for Chester to become the best ball player ever. Chester does so well that the team gets to the World Series somehow, but all the newfound fame gets to his head, and Chester has a falling out with Timmy, which nullifies the wish in the middle of the big game. Uh-oh.
Stop laughing at my friend! You're still down by 29 runs with 1 inning left. There's no way you can catch us.
I can't believe they're about to catch us.
Again, I don't want to sell it short. Fowl Ball is a fun little cartoon, some rapid-fire gags. I like it a lot, but that just ain't why we're here. So, The Boy Who Would Be Queen. Popular rich girl Trixie Tang is having a big blowout birthday party, and in order for him and his friends, AJ and Chester, to get invited, Timmy Turner tells Trixie that he has a great birthday present for her. Of course, that's a lie, so Timmy needs to come up with a present fast. But he doesn't actually know that much about Trixie, or about girls, for that matter. How might one remedy this?
You're not thinking like a girl. Yeah, face it, Timmy. The only way you could think like a girl is if you wished you were one.
Like I'd wish I was a girl. What a waste of a wish.
Yeah, what a waste. You're right. I'm stupid.
Timmy isn't too pleased at first, but realizes that he does, in fact, have a girl brain, whatever that means, and decides to use this new perspective to find a gift for Trixie. Taking on the girl Sona of Tamantha, Timmy's first instinct is to go to the comic book store at the mall and grab an issue of Skull Squisher. But somebody else wants it too.
Trixie Tang? No, I'm in here by accident, understand? Accident! If word gets out I like boy stuff, all my friends will think I'm weird. Please, please keep it our secret, girl to girl. Well, okay.
Yeah, it turns out Trixie isn't quite the girly girl most of the school believe her to be. And to hide this, she puts on a tomboy persona to visit the mall where she can pick up violent comic books. The central thesis of the cartoon is that we as a culture assign gender to certain items and activities, and it's expected for boys and girls to fall within those realms of interest. Comic books, professional wrestling, video games, and dead frogs are supposedly male interests, while romantic soap operas, beauty salons, cheerleading, and dolls are supposedly female interests. Except nobody in this world falls in line with these interests cleanly. Even before being magically transformed into a girl, Tommy really enjoys kissy romantic soap operas, and discovers that going to the salon is really relaxing, while at the same time, even after being transformed into a girl and possessing a girl brain, whatever they mean by that, Timmy's first instincts is to go to the comic book store. Having a girl brain doesn't actually change any of Timmy's interests. Timmy still likes plenty of boy things too, but he doesn't like dead frogs, no matter what body he has in the moment. Boy Timmy and girl Timmy both hate dead frogs. And Trixie doesn't want to give up all her so-called girl interests, she just wants to explore all these so-called boy interests as well. Trixie loves dead frogs. The cartoon isn't just saying that it's okay for boys to be interested in girl things and girls to be interested in boy things, it's saying that designating anything as a boy thing or a girl thing to begin with is just stupid. The gender status quo here is represented by Chester, who comes off a lot like one of the internet reactionaries of today, in complete panic at the mere sight of anyone stepping outside their gender roles.
I don't know what's up with those girls, but we're safe in here. Don't you think you're overreacting? Dude, boys like comics. Girls like dolls. Boys like video games. Girls like makeup. We're different! That's why we have different bathrooms!
Am I in the wrong room?
Nothing makes sense anymore! Frog?
Despite this cartoon being old enough to drink, the boy who would be queen feels remarkably modern in its discussion of gender roles. It's not perfect. As revenge for being transformed, Timmy wishes for Cosmo and Wanda to change sex as well, and the two characters end up reverting into basic sitcom stereotypes that seem to go against the message.
Are you ready yet? We were supposed to meet Timmy at the mall 15 minutes ago. Oh, what do you think? This or this? Which goes better with my eyes? Just pick something. Oh, I give up. Ah! Would it kill you to leave the lid down?
With all this talk of gender, it's natural to consider if the boy who would be queen has any transgender themes. As with a lot of gender-bender media, I know anecdotally that this cartoon helped some people realize they were trans. That thought of, I wish I could magically turn into a girl, assisting them in making that discovery. What the community calls cracking their egg. And the cartoon has directly inspired trans art. There's the 2019 Tumblr webcomic Here by Accident, Staying on Purpose by stevetwisp, which builds on the idea of how the cast of the Fairly Oddparents might grapple with their gender identities as they get older. I think The Boy Who Would Be Queen is a fantastic jumping off point to explore gender roles and gender identity. I wouldn't go so far as to call it an intentional, explicit trans text, though. Timmy Turner is solidly cisgender. He identifies as a boy and wishes to return to being a boy at the end of the cartoon. The fact that he has some interests and hobbies that are socially coded as feminine doesn't have an impact on his male gender identity. It's a whole separate thing. If you'd like a longer exploration of this episode as a possible trans text, I highly recommend Lily Simpson's video on the topic. There's a link to the video and the aforementioned webcomic in the description below. And if you'd like to watch The Boy Who Would Be Queen for yourself, it's currently available on Paramount Plus and on the Fairly Oddparents Season 2 DVD. But let's be honest with ourselves. The only truly authentic way to experience this cartoon is through Game Boy Advanced video. Fowl Ball / The Boy Who Would Be Queen is a pretty great episode of television and represents the Fairly Oddparents in its prime. It's funny, and it takes on interesting ideas we should all really explore as we grow up. The fact that it feels like it's challenging boundaries more today than it was in 2002 really goes to show how much we backslid as a society. It's kind of amazing that Butch Hartman of all people wrote this. Does the rest of the show maintain this level of quality and thematic interest? Well, that's a discussion for another video. This was just a sample.